And Miss Caity, whenever you're ready, you can begin.
Sweet, savory, and delicious. Hershey is one of the biggest chocolate producing companies. Hershey is a special way to make their chocolate. You can make any type of desserts out of this chocolate. And one of the products this company makes and how the family business got started is what I will be talking about today. Let's begin how this amazing business got started. The beginning of this business started with a man named Milton Hershey. Milton was fascinated by candy as a teenager, but he ran into some trouble. As the article stated, it failed, as did another company in New York City. Twice bankrupt, Hershey took what he knew about caramel and applied it to chocolate. Hershey finally found the right recipe for success in the 1900s and established a factory and town in his name. That was from the total bankruptcy. Then he studied with a confectioner in Denver, learning to make caramels with fresh milk. After returning to Lancaster, he opened the Lancaster Caramel Company. He employed 1,400 people and shipped caramels all over the U.S. and Europe. Milton was also inspired by the German chocolate making machines that he saw in Chicago at the World Exposition in 1893. Milton returned to Lancaster and began experimenting. In 1894, he established the Hershey Company. Then he started producing over 100 types of candies. Let's take a look at what types of candies he made. Milton Hershey was so successful that he decided to make more than just his famous milk chocolate bar. Not only did Mr. Hershey make all types of candies, he also made different types of shapes. They make so many types of chocolate bars, such as the Air Delights, cookies and cream, and milk chocolate are just a few of their regular chocolate bars. They also make some snack bites, such as the milk chocolate drops, cookies and cream drops, and caramel and dark chocolate. And last but not least, the famous Hershey Kisses. They make ones with almonds, vanilla cream, pumpkin spice, and so many others. These chocolates are so famous that people started using them in recipes for desserts, snacks, and just for fun creations. People have taken Milton's chocolate and caramel creations and made some sweet and tasty treats. You can make so many tasty treats such as cupcakes, cakes, cookies, and everyone's favorite camp snack, s'mores. You can also melt it and make very cute and wonderful shapes to top any of your cakes, cookies, and cupcakes. You can also make fun ice cream surprises too. The process that Milton used when his business first took off is still used today. The process they use makes sure that they always have the freshest ingredients. They first collect the cocoa pods off the cocoa trees. These trees are grown in the tropical areas such as South Africa, South America, and in Mexico. They collect the pods and then they package them and send them to the Hershey Company. After all the pods are harvested, they cut them open and take the seeds and pulp them, which kind of look like peanuts when you take them out. The cocoa seeds are then dried for about 2 weeks. After arriving at the factory, the seeds are put in huge roaster ovens, kind of like your regular oven at home, except they go through a line, and it kind of like divides them and cooks them like you do with coffee grounds. After the seeds are roasted, they crack open and are released, and they release the inner part called the nib. The nib is harvested and ground to make chocolate liquor. Hershey lets us know what it isn't in the ingredients. There is no alcohol, says the Hershey Company. It is called this name because it's the most important ingredient in making the chocolate. Then they use their favorite ingredient, farm fresh milk. As the company states, some of our locations, like our flagship West Hershey plant, gets fresh milk from local farms delivered so it can be mixed with the sugar until it reaches a taffy-like consistency. Next, they mix the chocolate liquor with the milk and sugar mixture to create a chocolate crumble. They grind this crumble into a fine powder using a refining machine. Then they slowly add cocoa butter. There has been no change in this process in 125 years. Next, the mixture goes into a conching process. The conching process includes stirring the chocolate around and around around at a constant temperature to make it smooth. This process takes about 4 to 5 hours. The chocolate is then put into a cooling tunnel. Once the chocolate is set, it is packaged and distributed to stores all around the world. Now you know how one of our favorite chocolates is made, all because a man kept his dream going. The Hershey Company is one of the largest chocolate making businesses. We have learned how Hershey makes their chocolate, what types of dessert you can make out of this chocolate, what other products are in his line of chocolates, and how the family business got started. Here is one of my favorite candy bars. Hershey is one of my favorite candy bars. Here's a sample, and I hope it is one of yours too.
Thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you, Katie.